Alright, I think now is as good a time as any. I am back. I almost didn't stream today, honestly, because you can probably hear it because I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. Like, the second I got home for my week off, my body just immediately shut down on me. So that was fun to deal with. But I am back. I did survive, surprisingly. I don't really have too much to say on... I actually have a lot to say, but I'm going to touch briefly on... What am I doing? Okay, what's the plan here? I will touch briefly, real quick, on future streams, because I know it seems like I have abandoned it, but I have not abandoned faith. I promise I will be getting back to it eventually. I just like... Oh man, I don't know. That game kicked my ass so hard it gave me trauma or something. But, yeah, hold on one second. But yeah, so I have not abandoned faith. I'm hopefully going to get back to it possibly Saturday. I just found that I have a lot to talk about in this stream, and I find that, like, story-based games, I've found at least, are, like, pretty bad for me to, like, play if I have something that I want to talk about. I don't know, I just really... Oh, hello. Can animals steal my berries? Homophobia. Okay. But yeah, I just find that, like... Oh, God. Ow. But yeah, I just find that usually when I have something I need to talk about, I just like to get into it right away. And I need, like... I don't know, whenever it's a story-based game, I need to focus a lot more, so... I don't know, but, hopefully I will be returning to that this weekend, possibly. Yeah, I had a thought that maybe, because I find that usually whenever a boss in a game is giving me trouble, which the last boss definitely was giving me some trouble, I was thinking that I could maybe just record that portion off stream and then just put it into the YouTube video that I make off of it, or did I put it wrong? So that's currently a thought that I was having in regards to faith. I definitely don't have to. I could definitely try and do it live. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think that just... Yeah, I think maybe I might take a bit of a break from streaming, maybe. Because I found that it's like... I love streaming. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore it. It is so much fun. I think I enjoy it more than making YouTube videos, honestly. Maybe that's partially just because I kind of suck at editing videos. Oh, this is a cave. I can sure try. Oh, I didn't bring it. Ah, fuck, I didn't bring any torches with me. Damn. But I was kind of thinking of maybe taking a very brief break from streaming. Just because I think it's causing a little bit of stress. Having to go at it, like, for a few hours at a time every weekend. Especially now that things are, like, they're picking back up again. And I have a lot of projects that are due and stuff like that, so... I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but if I do wind up taking a bit of a break, don't be too alarmed, I guess. My goat is back. You haven't been on stream for a while, so that's kind of on you, buddy. One torch? Damn. Yeah, so Faith I'm probably going to return to on the weekend. If if I don't be too alarmed. We'll probably give an update when or if I do ultimately decide to take a break. Most likely. Our goat. Oh, thanks guys. I really, like, I do love streaming, but I think that maybe taking a little break would be good for me. Just to focus more on the YouTube channel. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. No, nothing's ever set in stone for me. Sharing is caring. So true, bestie. There is nothing up here. Okay. Good to know. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know why my body just decided to shut down on me over my break. My dad said that seems to happen with him too, like every single time that he gets a long break, he gets sick. Which I guess it does make a bit more sense for me to be sick. I went to spend like the weekend at my siblings' place. So I got to spend time with some of my nieces and nephews. And my youngest nephew, I think, like his whole family was getting over a cold when we visited, but he especially was a bit of a goopy baby. And I was holding him a lot, so that's probably why I got a little bit of the goop myself. So yeah, but honestly I almost didn't stream because I was feeling so shitty, but it suddenly just out of nowhere, I just got better. My body just decided, okay, we're done being sick, and now I'm on the, like, proverbial upswing, I guess. Little break, big break, it's all fine. It'll be better if we get another oh-oh-ooh version of a popular song. I have considered, whoop, there was my phone. I was actually considering doing, like, a couple of covers if I do decide to take a break. Just because I think I would have, like, a bit more time to focus on personal aspirations, I guess. Ooh, hello. I don't think I've ever used copper. Does it have any actual purpose in the game now? Or is it just, like, a block they added for fun? Ooh, this is a huge ash ravine, okay. Well, I found where I'm gonna be mining from. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it's going. I did actually get my video on all my hear me outs that I uploaded to YouTube is actually doing like really, really well, which is why I've considered taking like a bit of a break from streaming just to see if I can get that off the ground instead. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. That's the motto for this channel. I wish my mental health would stop being sick. Yeah, big mood. I'm actually, it's kind of cool because I didn't know this before, but my university, I don't know if this is for every university, but at least my university does this. They have like free counseling sessions, like it's covered by your tuition. So guess who got herself a therapy appointment? Gotta capitalize that YouTube fame. Hell yeah, brother. I don't know, maybe if I can get that off the ground, then I can focus a little bit more on streaming. Is there a gap? Okay. There's not just an endless void below those two. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, I think it's also partially just like school is stressful enough as it is without having like upwards of an hour that I have to dedicate towards streaming. Taking away from like, you know, all the assignments that I have to do. They're American W. I'm not actually American, I live in Canada. I go to a Canadian school. So, the common Canadian W, actually. Mental health awareness icon right here. Hell yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I was considering it, like, before break, but I just realized, like, over break, I think I was just realizing how stressed I was and how much I needed a break that I was like, okay, maybe let's do something about this. So this is literally going to be like, I think my first ever therapy appointment, so that'll be fun. Can't wait. But yeah. Because I really do enjoy doing this. I just don't know how much I can dedicate towards it right now, which really sucks, but, you know, if I can capitalize on that YouTube fame I got going, then perhaps something better will come out of it. I don't know. I think I'm also just, like, getting used to the swing of university life, because it's a lot at times. Okay. Can I get back over there? Yeah, there's actually, you know, for such a big ravine, there doesn't really seem to be much on this level in terms of resources. Oh well. I didn't even realize me and Dylan are side characters in one of your YouTube videos. We're famous. Hell yeah. Famous to a whole, like, 3 people that watched the video. Yeah. Congratulations, I guess. Oh, was there anything? Yeah, no, there's nothing. Okay. Heading down, I guess. Where would be a good place to head down? I don't know, I guess just get started? Sure, let's do this. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Now I just need to... okay. Don't you dare get any closer, my good sir. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I'm just mining in the dark right now. This is not a good idea. Good lord. Living life on the edge, I guess. Chad, is this real? Oh god, please, no, wait! Okay. Oh, no. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. Oh, you're trapped there, aren't you? Haha. Idiot. Doesn't even know how water works. Can I... No! Okay. Well, at least didn't do too much damage. Alright. I see you two are having a lovely conversation in chat right now. Okay. How do I deal with you now? Because there's another one over there. I'm pretty sure. Possibly. Or did it die? Did it also? Nope, you're still there. Okay. Wonderful. Good to know. I love it here. Okay. I'm so bad at making creepers, like, not blow up at me. Yep, that's a fact about me. Is that everything? That's it? Just one? Unbelievable. What the fuck is that? Oh god. Well, I guess I'm going to die here. That's wonderful. I love it here. Awesome. Yeah, there's... I have the worst luck. Oh, hello. When it comes to, like, finding good cave systems to mine through. Because I think that is literally everything that this place has to offer. Awesome. Alright. I got it, I'm pretty sure. Currently listening to a jazz version of Creep by Radiohead. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. I love jazz. Oh, hello. Missed you, apparently. I guess I could talk a little bit about what happened over the weekend, other than holding my goopy baby nephew. 'Cause actually, I had a pretty, like, uneventful but also eventful weekend, or week, I guess. It was a full week. Because I, wound up dyeing my hair again. Because I've missed having colored hair. Like, I had it dyed sort of before, but it was like we hadn't bleached it beforehand, so it was just kind of on top of my natural hair. So it wasn't super obvious that I had dyed my hair. And everybody always said, like, oh wow, I like your hair so much, it's so subtle. And I was like, I wasn't going for subtle, so I I caved and I finally dyed my hair again. Which is really nice actually, because I have a friend right now and they're going through like their hairstyling stuff. And so I basically get, as they dubbed it, the friend discount. So I get a professional hairstylist doing my hair for like $43. And it's like, damn, let's go. I love having friends. That's awesome. Oh, you might get out? Okay, one sec. I'll be right back. And that has been the mandatory Irene lets the cat out of the room during each of my streams. The mandatory moment in all of them. Cat's out of the bag, I guess. Anyways. Oh, I missed the staircase I made before. Oh well. Extra cobble never hurt. Oh, I'm all the way down here, huh? Fascinating. Yeah, there aren't that many good cave systems to go to around this area, so I might have to, like, I don't know, I guess I could do some strip mining, possibly? Might be a good idea. Ooh, hello. I have a friend right now. At this part, my jealousy got the best of me and I smashed my monitor. You owe me $200. Sorry, dude. I'm a college student. I'm broke as shit. Skill issue for real. But yeah, besides that, I guess, we started my family, actually, like, my brother is more attuned to pop culture and stuff like that than I am. And so I've been meaning to watch Invincible, and I told him this, and so me and my family just started to watch Invincible all the way through. Honestly, no spoilers, but I was not expecting it to get that fucked up that quickly. It's like I knew it was gonna get fucked up. I just wasn't expecting that fast. Literally, episode 1, and I'm like sitting there, horrified at what I've just witnessed. I'm gonna go add some stairs, I think, around my area. And the single fence that I have left. It's like, genuinely, if you're still thinking about watching it, I would say give it a go, because it is super good. I liked the mystery aspect more of it, of like, especially in that first season of trying to figure out who the big bad guy was. I'm trying not to give as many spoilers, but ooh, man, it was good. Give it a try if you wanna be horrified. It's super gory, and I think I don't know what it is, but animated gore is much worse to me than like real life gore, if that makes any sense. Because I think if it's animated, you can get a lot more like visceral, and it's it's uncanny almost, because it gets more realistic somehow if you do animated gore, for me at least, I've found, than like just, you know, real people gore. Because I think then you can get almost more realistic. It like hits. Oh man. Anyways, really, really good series if you want to check it out. Because oh man, absolutely horrifying, sir. So yeah, that's I guess my recommendation for shows to watch. I genuinely was like caught off guard the first episode because I was like, I knew a little bit about what was coming, but I wasn't expecting it that soon. Just right out the gate, you get to see a guy's skull get crushed. So that was fun. I think. What else did I do? Well, I guess. Real gore isn't real. Anime gore, if you are immersed enough, is all real. Exactly! It's super cool how that happens. I don't know why it happens, but it does. Because I guess, like, if it's like how, what was it, Grave of the Fireflies was a lot more sad a movie than if it was just like a real human girl and her brother, if that makes any sense. Because I think the way that the film directors or something described it was like, if you're watching a real girl like starve herself basically, or I guess be starved more so, it's like you don't have to imagine anything more, you're just watching a young girl being starved and dying. But if it's like an animated girl, then you can kind of, I don't know, I guess like imagine more like what could happen to a fake girl. I don't know, it's really interesting though how that happens, how you feel like more horrified at like the super fake stuff than the real stuff, you know? Because I think the only other time I felt like as horrified watching like a super gory scene in a movie was the first time that I watched Saving Private Ryan. Like that opening scene is oof, rough, dude. Oh man. Yeah, that was honestly like one of the more horrifying. Whoop. I died. Like I'm not really a like queasy person. Gore doesn't make me all squeamish or anything. But yeah, I definitely you know, it sure was an experience. 9/11 would be so much worse if it were animated instead of real. Exactly. You get what I'm saying. That's precisely what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean? Because then you can imagine a little bit more. I guess, I don't know. That's my 2 cents on the matter. Because I think, like, again, I'm not a super squeamish person, but damn, if it's done right, I can't deny that it's done right. Oh, hello, sir. Thank you, I guess. Yeah, I think if I could, there's that area over there. I know had a couple of caves, but I could also. Oh, I'm running out of sprint. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably other caves around here somewhere that I could try and get into. See if they have any good mines to go through. I don't know. But yeah. We made it to, I think, the 2nd season in Invincible. I was honestly quite intrigued. There's more, like, I like the mystery aspect, I think, more than all the action scenes. And I think it's really, like, it's quite well animated as well. It's almost nostalgic in a way, if that makes any sense. Oh, I already have bread. Well. because I like the art style that they have for the entire show is like super reminiscent of, I don't know if anybody got into like those DC and Marvel animated TV shows for kids back in the day, but I used to eat that shit up personally. And so I think it was super well fitting for like a nitty gritty adult superhero animated TV show. You know, because it's almost playing on your nostalgia as well in a way that I think is really interesting. Maybe that's why you're more horrified watching a grown man's head get caved in. Because it's in a style that's familiar. Do I need that many wood plank? I can get more, I guess. That is an option. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter, I guess. Really good show. Check it out if you have the chance to, or have the desire to. If I build this out just a little bit more, might make it look a little less weird. Possibly. And then there we go. Is that a little better? I think so. Okay. What else did I do over the weekend? I'm currently reading through, for one of my English classes, I am reading through Wuthering Heights. Started off really slow, but I've actually come around to it quite a bit, I think. It's actually really well written. I truly cannot deny that. Who was it? Emily Bronte? Truly did write a masterpiece. It is really good. And I really don't know what I was expecting out of. No, I'm gonna grab. Yeah, I'll grab more saplings. I think I'm good for spruce. And I don't have anything else. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what I expected though. Like, doing an English degree, but man, it's a lot of writing. And I really don't know what else I expected. Okay. That was super well done. Alright. But yeah. What else did I do? Read Emily Bronte. Also, so this is gonna need a little bit of context, I think, because so I have a niece and she is super into musicals, and so, you know, we kind of bond over that. I'm also a musical theater kid, and so, oh god, they're back. Jen, the neighbors are back. Okay. I have my sword with me. It's not super durable though. Where am I going? What is happening? But so she's super into musicals. And every single time she's recently gotten into this musical, I put quotation marks around that. But she got into this musical, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's called Epic the Musical. Which I will admit, the first time that I heard of Epic the Musical, I thought that it was like a musical version of that movie Epic that came out in like 2007 or something. about a girl who gets, like, she's out in the wilderness, and then there's like a flower that she has to protect, and she is super small for like a major portion of the film. Does anybody remember that, or am I just going crazy? But I thought it was about that. Turns out it's not. Are they left, I think. But that she got super into Epic the Musical, which is apparently like, oh god. Oh, hi. I'm gonna die here. Oh god. Where are you coming from? Get here. Get over here. Thank you. That the last of them? Oh, hopefully. But it's apparently a musical, like, version of the Odyssey, which, you know, all things considered, I really should have liked it the first go around, because I listened to it before, because my niece kept pestering me about, like, have you listened to Epic the Musical every single time that I came over to visit? And so I'd given it a few tries before, but I just never really could get into it too much. I don't know why either, because, like, hypothetically, it should have been, like, a recipe for a musical that I would absolutely adore, because I love Greek mythology, and I love musicals. So, you know, one would think, perhaps, that I would like it, because I absolutely adored Hadestown. And so, it's similar concept as well, I would say. Oh, this is gonna take a while. But it's like a similar concept. You know, a musical based on a Greek myth with some unconventional music attached to it that's not typical of musicals. So hypothetically, I should have really liked it, but I just could not get behind it the first few listens to I had. And then I think, like, the Ithaca Saga recently came out, and then I listened to, like, the final song in that album, and something about that song, dude, just completely altered my brain chemistry about the whole thing, because now I actually, like, I can appreciate it for what it is. Wow, I just don't know how I didn't like it more off a first listen through. I don't know. So, yeah. I come back to Irene giving her thoughts on 9/11. Can't believe it. Oh, yeah. But anyways, like, whoop. See, this is why we're building a staircase to heaven. Anyways. Like, I think I kind of identified over the weekend as well, like, what happened to make me not really like it as much as I probably should have. And I think it's just because it's, like, it's labeled as a musical when, I don't know, personally, it's not a conventional musical by any means. At least to my only did, like, 3 musicals understanding of a musical. You know, like, I actually had a couple conversations over the break with 2 different friends who both had their own opinions on Epic. Oh, poo, Emily. Okay. One of whom absolutely adored it, which I can definitely see why people enjoy it so much. It's definitely good. Like, objectively, it is a good music. It's just, I think I identified it that, like, as a musical, it needs some work, I think, which is why I'm hesitant to call it a musical, just personally speaking. because, like, I can admit that I don't know a whole lot about musicals, so maybe I'm entirely wrong about all of this. But me and a friend kind of talked about it. Oh, I should have organized my thoughts into what I could talk about. But, because I think, I just punched my phone. I think, like, okay, I really should have organized my thoughts more before I decided to talk about this, because I have so much to say about the whole thing. Because I think, like, constructive criticism ahead. Just know this is all coming from, like, a place of a lot of love. I love the music. It's super good. Doesn't really work as a musical, I think. You know, like, either add some more spoken dialogue or possibly cut some songs or make some songs shorter is what I would say is, like, the easiest thing to fix about it, because I'm gonna compare it a lot to Hamilton and Hadestown, but, like, it works really because that's, I think, what it's trying to emulate, you know? Musical that's all music and uses unconventional musical music in it. So I think that's kind of what it's trying to emulate. So in order to do that, I think it takes a really, really skilled hand to really talk, like, what musical are we talking about? I'm talking about Epic the musical, but it's not really a musical because it doesn't have a stage production. It's currently just a concept album at the time, which that works, you know, that's fine. But this is just my personal opinion on what I think could change, because I think that, like, God, I really should have wrote down all of my thoughts on it beforehand. I already have wood. But, like, I think the main issue it struggles with is having so many songs and all of them are super long. Oh my god. So, because I think that, like, it really either needs more spoken word dialogue or at least, like, cut down some songs, because not every single song needs to be, like, 2.5 minutes or more. You know, like, I'm gonna compare it a lot to Hamilton and Hadestown, but if it didn't want me to compare it to Hadestown and Hamilton, it shouldn't have been so close to those two. But, you know, in things like Hamilton, there is plenty of moments of, like, spoken dialogue, or if not that, really short songs. Like, I talked about this with a friend and she shared my criticisms, where it's like, there are some moments that I think could just work better as spoken dialogue or at least shortened, because you can have really, really effective songs that are really, really short. Because, you know, in Hamilton you've got, I'll chop some trees instead. But in Hamilton you've got songs like Best of Wives and Best of Women, which I think arguably is one of the most, like, emotionally hitting songs in the entire album, and it's only, like, 46 seconds long. Like, you could have emotional impact while still having it be super short. Oh, I'm gonna grab some more dirt. You know what I mean? So some songs could either be cut entirely and replaced with, like, spoken word dialogue, or just shortened a little bit. Like, I think the most egregious ones that kind of pop into my head personally is Open Arms and The Underworld. Like, that, not the saga, the song, The Underworld, confusingly titled. But, you know, because in that song, the final chorus always really throws me off a little bit, because like, we just had this whole emotional moment of, Odysseus, like, seeing his mom again, and it was super soft and heartfelt, and then it immediately bursts into, like, him screaming the chorus again. So that part always throws me off. So I think either they could cut the final chorus, or at the very least make it like a softer reprise of the chorus. And I just think that would be the simplest fix for that one. Me and my friend agreed on this as well, the friend that I was talking about that had all the similar criticisms as me, because we agreed that Polyphemus, the song, is probably one of the weakest ones, and we agreed that it should probably be more of like a dialogue, or it's a dialogue. Busting out my theater kid skills here. Yes, I do know what a dialogue is. But you know, I think it just works better as, oh my goodness gracious. Like, I think it would just work better as a spoken dialogue between Orpheus and Polyphemus, and then you bust out Survive. And she also agreed, we agreed that I think some songs could honestly benefit from a little bit of rap. Because, like, that was, I think, her main complaint, is that so many of the songs were, like, so slow. Which, especially if you're trying to build, like, tension, like in the song Survive, where they're literally fighting for their lives, you might want to have it be a little faster. And I would disagree with her personally on saying, like, it needs to be rap, but at the very least it needs to be a fast-paced tempo, which can be done really, really well in musical theater, because, a really good example, actually, is Into the Woods. They have a really, really great song, right near the end, Your Fault. Excellent example of being a fast-paced, tension-filled song without being explicitly rap. Like, it can be done, definitely, but, you know, if you want to keep the unconventional music in a musical theme, then I would say personally do rap, but it can be done in musical theater. You know what I mean? That, like, oh man. Into the Woods, great musical, by the way. Check it out if you haven't. It's literally free on YouTube, and I recommend it to every single person who is interested in musicals. But, you know, that final song with all the 4 characters, ooh, good soup. You know, if you do something like that, like, I get that not everybody is super great at rapping. I can admit I am a white bitch. I can barely rap. So I can admit not everyone can rap or should rap, quite frankly, but at the very least, you don't have to hold every single note. You know, in Your Fault, it's like, it's super, super fast. Like, it isn't my fault I was given those beans, you persuaded me to trade away my cow for beans. Like, you can do something like that and have it be super fast paced without explicitly being rap, per se. You know? If that makes any sense. And I would also say, like, as much as it sucks to kill your darlings, sometimes it is necessary for the greater good, because I think another thing that the whole musical kind of struggles with is, like, emotion, if that makes any sense, because 9 times out of 10 in a musical, like, if it's not driving the plot, it has to be emotionally driven, you know? And I feel like there are some songs that could be cut on the basis that, like, they neither further the plot or have any sort of emotional connection to it. You know, if that makes any sense. I promise I'm saying all of this out of like a place of love, because I really would love to see it succeed. As a musical. Oh, I ran out of dirt finally. Perfect time. Now I need to go and find more dirt. Black Ops 3 map, Poop of the Dead has an amazing rap song. You know, yeah, exactly. Like, you can have rap, I think. You know? Anyway, this is all coming from a place of love, I swear. Oh man, because like it's such a good concept album. Like as a concept album, it is super super good. I like it more than I do the Hadestown concept album, quite frankly. Like, and that's an impressive feat to achieve. You know? So it's like I really would love to see it come to maybe a stage play, but I think that would take a lot of work. But I do I think it's okay if its only purpose is to exist for fans to make really, really well done animatics. Seriously, check them out if you haven't. There are some really talented people in the fandom. But you know, I think that's also another problem that like it's an entirely different thing to make music and then put it on a stage. You know? But I think like, quite frankly, the Ithaca Saga, I think the reason the Ithaca Saga is what ultimately won me over towards the whole musical is because it's so well done, especially in terms of being a musical. Like, it works the best as a musical format because, like, every single song either drives the plot or is emotionally driven. Okay? We're starting to... I think I've got most of my criticisms out of the way for the most part. So now we're getting into some of the praises that I could give to it because I think that, oh man, the Ithaca Saga is really where they pick it up a whole new notch. Because even from like the first song, the challenge, like that's Penelope's yearning for her husband for 20 years emotional build-up, you know? It's okay if the emotional build-up is off-screen, quite frankly. Like, I think some of the best emotional moments were built up off-screen, basically. Or essentially, you know, we don't get to see Penelope's whole side of the argument, but boy oh boy, we definitely get to see Odysseus's, you know. And then there's like the hold them down leading directly into Odysseus. Ooh, that is such a good transition. Because that's literally the emotional moment, the emotional build-up, and then the response to that emotional build-up. And it's so well done. Like, if they had kept the Ithaca Saga energy up for the entire album, I probably would have liked it more on the first listen through, honestly. Because the Ithaca Saga is peak. You know? It's all the emotional build-up that's been building up through the entire album, culminating in a really, really well done, like, 4 to 5 songs. You know? I also really I think they could play around a little bit with light motifs a bit more, because there are, like, motifs in musical instruments that are tied to certain characters, but they don't really play around too much with light motifs, which is really a shame, because I think they have a really great leitmotif in the chanting of Odysseus's name that pops up on and off throughout the musical, but especially in that final Odysseus song where he's killing all the suitors. Because I think it's really well done. I don't know if this was on purpose, but if it was, this is an insanely smart move. Because, to me at least, the Odysseus chant sounds almost like the Dies Irae, which, a fun little factoid here, the Dies Irae is commonly associated with death, which is super, I don't know if they intended to do it that way, but oh man, if that was intentional, that is really, really well done, and I would love to see more of it, because really the way they sing Odysseus's name throughout the chant, oh man, that is so reminiscent of the Dies Irae. It is super, super good. And I would love to see more of that kind of energy brought to the table. Oh man. How long have I been talking? A good while. I still got more to say, but I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick, give you guys a little break from my absolutely insane ramblings about a musical that I like. Oh man, yeah. Whew, we have to cut this stream short. My voice is kind of starting to go. But yeah, no, like that comparison to the Dies Irae. Ooh, bitch. Like, I think they have something super, super strong and powerful there that they should be using more often. Because I think that Odysseus chant only pops up in, like, a handful of songs. And the first time it really appears is it No Longer You, I think, from the Underworld saga. Which, like, you should use that more often. Especially since it, I think, first shows up in the Underworld saga. Like, ooh, bitch. Oh man, you know, it's just, yeah. I think that is, quite frankly, the strongest thing that I have to say about it. Is that one Dies Irae comparison. Because that is such a good moment. And it needs to be utilized more. Oh man. I think now the main difficulty I think it would face is putting it to like a stage, quite frankly. And I get that, like, it's a lot, it's difficult, I think, to, like, you know, because adaptations, it's different to write music than to put it and act it to a stage play. You know, yeah, I'm just gonna remove it over this way. And I'm gonna add an extra wall here. And dude, oh my goodness. I keep saying that the Ithaca Saga, I keep talking good about the Ithaca Saga, but if it's such a well done saga for the entire thing. Because, quite frankly, that last song for like the entire thing, if I was in a theater and I had just watched this like 2.5 hour production of this thing, and I heard Would You Love Me Again, at the end of that, I would be leaving this theater like in tears, inconsolable. Honestly. No, I can't get up that way. Okay. But yeah. Oh man. It's just, oh man. That ending song. So well done. I think like, what is it? Hold on, I need to look at the album. Because I think they also need to kind of flesh out where the acts would be. I think that would be the main struggle. But I think personally, the Wisdom Saga would be a good place to like cut it in half. Like that feels like the proverbial start of a second act, you know? We start the entire first act, seeing Odysseus, seeing his struggles, and then cut to intermission, everyone goes in peace, and then we come back after the cliffhanger of not knowing what's gonna happen to Odysseus, only to see his son. Like, ooh, that would be good to audiences. I think they also need to make a little bit more use of foreshadowing, because like everyone knows the story of the Odyssey who's going to see the play, you know? So I think they personally just need to like, you know, they need to play into the fact that everybody who is going to watch this probably already knows the story of the Odyssey, or at least has an idea of where it's going to go. Because quite frankly, nobody but me and my fellow Greek mythology nerds are going to go and see this. Or I guess maybe also the people who have been like supporting him in making this production. Because I think there's only a few moments that really play into like the tragedy of the Odyssey, you know? Or like foreshadowing and stuff like that. So I think it's really quite underutilized in the series. Woo, hello. Oh, the world is punishing me for being a nerd and talking about nerd things. But I think I talked a little bit about it with a friend. We kind of agreed that we were both in musical theater at one point, and we agreed that like it's gonna take a lot, I think, to get it to a stage production. If they don't, that's perfectly fine. There's no shame in like just keeping it as is. But personally, I think they would need to spend a lot of time focusing on like, you know, because there's a lot of fight scenes in the musical, or like hypothetical fight scenes, I guess, which I think that would take the most amount of time to like really flesh out and figure out. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy being green. But you know, like, I'm gonna compare it again to Hadestown and Hamilton real quick, because that's honestly the easiest way to compare it. But like Papers in Hadestown is a really, really well done fight sequence, I think, because Orpheus just kind of gets overpowered super easily because he's not a fighter by trade. He is like a musician. It makes sense that he would get super overpowered really easily. And so all of the workers of the underworld just kind of surround him, gang up on him, and then the next time we see him, they do a little bit of stage magic in order to cover his face and like bruises and stuff like that, like you would get after a fight. But it's kind of hard to imagine what they could do. Oh, I need more wood actually while I'm down here. You know, because like there's quite a few fight sequences, which is why I hope they kind of keep it off stage, because I think that, quite frankly, the animatics people make are much better. Because stage productions take a lot of coordination. You would need to talk to a whole lot of fight coordinators or stage combatants specifically. So I think honestly keeping it to like animation would probably be the best way to go about it. Like make an animated movie or something out of it would probably be my route to go. Personally, if I were like in charge of making this. Oh man. And I think personally, we as an audience, either way that they take it, either as a stage production or like just animated movie or series or whatever, like we should not see Penelope or Telemachus's face. Because if it's Odysseus who is like yearning for them, he would probably like not be able to picture his son as a 20-year-old or even like a 10-year-old, you know? And it's possible that he would forget what Penelope looks like. So the only time that we as an audience see, like the first time we as an audience see Penelope is during the Siren song, Suffering. But there's something inexplicably off about her, you know? Like, we as an audience can even tell there's something not quite right about her, you know? Sort of playing into that, like, I guess, theme that, like, you know, the sirens are just toying with Odysseus, basically. And then the first time we see Telemachus is during Legendary, obviously. But I don't think we should see Penelope even during that sequence. Hot take, I know. But I think the first time that we as an audience actually see Penelope is during the challenge. Oh god, what the fuck was that? I don't know. Well, oh well. Yeah, I got dirt. But I think the sun's gonna set soon, so. Oh, I think that's most of what I have to say on that. Man, I forgot that. This is why people don't let me ramble, because once I get going, I've been here for like at least 30 minutes, I want to say. Majority of this stream has been dedicated to Epic. Oh, but it's so good. And I want it to be better. Because I think, like, honestly, it has a really, really, really good first album. Or saga, whatever you want to call them. Like, the Troy saga is super, super strong. Like, every single song either emotionally charged or furthers the plot in some kind of way. Except for Open Arms, but we kind of, yeah, that's setting up a theme for later. Like, you know, that's what again, they should play more with leitmotifs. Because Open Arms is kind of underutilized. It only shows up like 2 times after Polites' death. Which honestly they should make it happen more. You know? Track Odysseus's progress as he changes and grows as a person. Oh, I was supposed to be making... Hold on. I was making more slabs. Alright. That's on me. But you know, that's what I mean by like they need to play a little bit more with leitmotifs. Because a lot of them are really underutilized. When there should be more. Like, I appreciate Just a Man, like that segment, playing as he is reuniting with Penelope for the first time in 20 years. Like, that's a good moment. That's a really good moment. But I think that it should be played a little bit more. You know? You get what I'm saying? And I think that also, like, I don't know why the choice was to do this, but I think some songs could also have, like, segments that are cut a little bit during Scylla's song. For some reason, I don't know why they did this, but right after she appears for the first time, and she says, like, hello, boys, or whatever, it has, like, a super long instrumental moment before Odysseus actually tells his men to retreat, which doesn't really make sense even from, like, from a musical or a narrative standpoint for me, because it's like, buddy, you are coming into contact with an absolutely monstrous beast. Why are you waiting so long to tell your men to go? What? Honey, please be serious. So I think that song could probably have that random instrumental moment cut out, at the very least. The rest of the song is great. I just don't know why he waits so long to tell his men to retreat or run for their lives or whatever he says. I really just don't know why they did that. And that was probably the weakest moment in that song. Open Arms, I think, could personally be cut short a little bit. Because I think, like, I had a friend who, like, she hated that song after a while. I don't know if it was just, like, she didn't like the singer or something, or if he just kept singing Open Arms, and she got the point and was getting tired of it. But this was the friend with the criticisms, I think. Similar criticisms as me. But, yeah, I think that song could probably maybe just, like, introduce the theme and then get rid of it. Like, you know, sing one chorus and then... Sorry, I had to deal with a bot. You know, one chorus is probably enough to get it into our heads, and then we'll still remember it when the Underworld Saga comes up and he sings that part again, but it won't be, like, so ingrained that it's annoying, if that makes sense. Oh, what else do I have to say? Whew, sorry, wow. Yeah, my voice is starting to go a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Well, listen, I love it so much, you know? Man. It's a really, really good start, I want to say that. But I think it's just, like, people underestimate how hard it is to adapt things to stage sometimes. And I think that's kind of what's happened with this one. You know? Okay. I'm gonna avoid. Hey, sir. I should probably fence those off, huh? That was a good idea. Thanks, me. Yeah, oof. It's just, oh man. If I were to, like, try and succinctly sum up my thoughts, it's good, it just needs a little bit of work, I think. Like, as an album that is purely meant to exist for, like, you know, the fans, to create their little animatics or edits of their favorite Warbo from their shows or whatever, it's perfectly acceptable, but I think they thought about, like, the fan base more than creating a good musical. Which is fine, you know. It still wound up pretty good. But I just think it might need a little bit more work if they want to bring it any further than it already is. Just personally speaking, obviously. What else do I have to say? Should I put all of the brushes there? I probably could. Yeah, no, most of this stream has accidentally been dedicated to Epic the Musical. Whoopsies. This is why you guys came here, right? To listen to me ramble insanely about things that I like. That's all that streaming is, really. And another thing. I could go on, honestly. But I'm not gonna, because my voice is getting a little sore, honestly. You can probably kind of hear it. I'm still a little sick. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, man. Alright. I think I'm gonna probably end it pretty soon here. Possibly. Go back to reading Wuthering Heights. Honestly, really great book. I'm shocked about how much I'm enjoying it, but damn. Now that the romance plot has been introduced, I'm actually quite interested. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me for today. Sorry I had to cut this one so short, but I can feel my body beginning to like disintegrate in front of me. So I think it might be a smart idea to cap it there before it gets any worse. God, it was mostly a stuffy nose, and it's like the more that I started to ramble, I was like, oh no, it's coming back to me. I need to go and blow my nose. Oh god. Oh, but yeah. It is so good to be back. I always miss streaming so much. I enjoy it endlessly, quite frankly. So yeah, I hope I don't have to take too long of a break if I do wind up taking a bit of a break from streaming. Because it's really, I do enjoy it so much. It's just, man, stress is finally getting to me. Surprised it took this long. Honestly, for real, for real. So yeah, I will probably go and beat that boss in chapter 2 of Faith. Hopefully I will be coming back on Saturday to complete that game. After that, I think I'm going to return to my roots a little bit, because I barely made a dent in Tears of the Kingdom, and I really am enjoying that game. So I'd love to be able to return to it. Yeah, it's life is stressful. What do you expect from me? You expect me, a mentally ill gay person, to be able to commit to things? Nah. But yeah, hopefully, once I finish Faith, I'll probably just stream Tears of the Kingdom for a while. Just because I really want to get through that game. It came out in like, what was it, 2020 or something? And I haven't even finished it, and it's 2025. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go and clear my sinuses so I can finally breathe for once. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for everyone who joined. It's so good to be back. Alright, I'll see you later.